Hi everyone! So this is a review of how to graph an equation by finding the x and y intercepts. Remember that you only need 2 points to graph an equation, right? To graph a linear line. So what we're going to do is find 2 points. And the 2 points are going to be the x-intercept and the y-intercept. And using these 2 points, we're going to graph it really quickly. First, when we think about what an x-intercept is, right, we have the x line and the y line, the x-axis and the y-axis. We know that x-intercepts are somewhere on this line, so we know for that to happen, y equals 0. So we go to the original equation, right, which is right here, and we're going to plug in 0 for y. Once we do this, we're going to just simplify the equation, right? 2 times 0 is just 0. So we're just going to rewrite the equation, and we say 3x equals 12. So therefore, we know that x equals 4. And that's our x-intercept. We can write this as an ordered pair that says 4, 0, right? Because we know that when y is 0, x is 4. So that's our pair. Our second intercept is the y-intercept. When we look at the graph, anywhere on the y-axis is the y-intercept, right? And that is when x is 0. So I'm going to plug in x equals 0 to the original equation. So I'm going to have 3 times 0 plus 2y equals 12. Okay? 3 times 0 is just 0. So I'm going to have 2y equals 12, and y just equals 6. Again, we can turn this into an ordered pair, where when x is 0, we know that y is 6. So now, using the points that we have, which are the 2 intercepts, I'm going to graph my line. So I'm going to draw myself a coordinate plane, label my x and y axes, and I'm going to plot the 2 points. So my first point, which is 4, 0, is going to go right on the x-axis, right here, 4, 0. And I'll put a little 4 right here. And then for this point, 0, 6, that's right on the y-axis, right? And I'm going to go up 6. Here I am, I'm going to write a little 6 here. And I'm going to connect the 2 points to graph my line. And now I'm done. If you would like to try more problems to make sure that you really understand the material, please try the next 3 examples on your own. So pause the video and try it in your notebook, and then keep watching the video to check your answers. So here are the examples. Write down each one and try to find both the x and y intercepts. Okay. So hopefully by now you've paused the video and you have tried all 3 examples in your notebook. So first, let's go over example 2. That said 4x minus 2y equals 16. And what I'm going to do is start by finding the x-intercept. And we know that x-intercepts are when y equals 0. So I'm going to plug it into my original equation. So I say 4x minus 2 times 0 equals 16. So again, I'm going to say, well, 2 times 0 is just 0. And what I'm going to have left over is 4x equals 16. And then I know that x equals 4. I'm going to put it in an ordered pair. And I'm going to say it's 4, 0. Because again, when y is 0, x is 4. So that's my pair. My second step is to find the y-intercept, which is when x is 0. Again, I plug it into the equation. So 4 times 0 minus 2y equals 16. I'm going to say 4 times 0 is just 0. Remember to bring down the negative, so it's negative 2y equals 16, so y equals negative 8. So the point is going to be 0, comma, negative 8. And then finally, I am going to graph using these 2 points, right? So my first point, my x-intercept is when x is 4. My y-intercept is when x is negative 8. So here I am, negative 8 and 4. And I'm going to plot and connect the 2 points, and now I'm done. The third example here says negative 3x plus 4y equals negative 24. Okay, again, I'm going to find my x-intercept, which is when y equals 0. I'm going to plug in y equals 0 to the original equation. Okay, I'm going to say 4 times 0 is just 0. I'm going to have negative 3x equals negative 24. So I know that x equals 8. My coordinate pair is going to be 8, comma 0. My second step is to find the y-intercept, which is when x is 0. So when I plug it into my original equation, I'm going to have negative 3 times 0 plus 4y equals negative 24. I'm going to say negative 3 times 0 is 0. And I'm going to have 4y equals negative 24. I know that y now equals negative 6. Be careful with the negative signs, okay? This is very important. My coordinate pair is going to be 0, comma, negative 6. So when I go ahead and graph it, I'm going to have 8, comma 0, which is my x-intercept right over here on the x-axis again. And 0, comma, negative 6 is my y-intercept, so it's going to be down here. So negative 6, 8. And I'm going to connect the 2 lines. Make sure you extend it. And now I have my line. My final example for this video is negative 2x minus 3y equals 18. Again, I'm going to find the x-intercept first, where y equals 0. So I'm going to plug in negative 2x minus 3 times 0 equals 18. I'm going to say 3 times 0 is 0. I'm going to have negative 2x equals 18, and therefore x equals negative 9. My second step is to say y-intercept, right, to find the y-intercept, which is when x equals 0. I'm going to plug in negative 2 times 0 minus 3y equals 18. I'm going to cancel out the negative 2 times 0 as just 0. And I'm going to have negative 3y equals 18 left over. Now all I say is, well, y equals negative 6. Oh, I also forgot to write my ordered pair, so let's go. We have 0, comma, negative 6 for the y-intercept. And we have negative 9, comma, 0 for the x-intercept. Now I go ahead and graph these 2 points on a coordinate plane. So I have x and y axes. My x-intercept is negative 9, so I'm all the way over here. Negative 9. And my y-intercept is negative 6. And now I connect the 2 lines. And I am done. So hopefully this video was helpful in reviewing some of these skills. And please come see me if you have other questions. Right, which is 4, comma 0 and 0, comma 6. I'm going to plot my line. Okay, so I draw myself a coordinate plane, x and y. Right, my first point, 4, comma 0, is right on the x-axis, right? And my second point, which is 0, 6, is right on the y coordinate. And now when I connect the 2 points, I have a nice line.